I spent $300 plus tax to pick up this guy right here. This is the Toshiba C350 LU, which is new for 2023. It is a Fire TV, so if you have Amazon Prime, Amazon Music, you can log right in. It also supports Apple AirPlay, but for you movie lovers out there, it does support Dolby Vision plus Dolby Atmos pass-through, which seems pretty intriguing for its specs. This TV is available in the 43, a 50, a 55, and a 65. Now in the box, you get these metal feet, which is pretty surprising. I also like the fact that inside of here, there's a cardboard to protect the screen. Comes with a remote control, screws, some batteries, power cord, setup guide. Here's a closer look at the remote control. You can see there's your power button, there's a little indicator. There's also your voice command button, navigation. You have all your buttons to control the menu system, play, pause, and some hotkeys at the bottom. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and lift it out on my own. I already put a cloth down here, so you're gonna lay it down on the glass. When you lift a 55-inch TV, it takes 2 people. Let's try it. Yeah, it's not too bad. When mounting the feet on, you can see a left right there. And stamped here in the metal, there's a left. But yeah, just sticking like this, and then just go ahead and screw it in and do the other side, and you're good to go. On this side, you're gonna find a bottom fire and speaker. Over here, you're gonna find a light, plus there's a little press button so you can do some basic menu options, and there's another speaker over here. Now this TV's packed full of wattage. You're talking about 8 watts by 2. So you have these little indentions here to reinforce the cabinet. Over here is where you plug in the power cord. And then we have some inputs on the other side, including the old school composite input, and it looks like a headphone output as well. All right, let's take a look at the inputs. Looks like we have 3 HDMI, one is eARC. All these are 60 Hertz because this is a 60 Hertz TV. We also have your 2 USBs right here and an antenna, a digital output to go out to the audio system and a LAN connection. And it also has Wi-Fi built in. And you can mount it on the wall with these little holes here. And you can use M6 screws to go into that brackets. But you know, the back of this TV reminds me of something. I think it was the Hisense A6H. Let's go down memory lane real quick. Hey everyone, techsteve here. And this is the Hisense A6H. There's some screw holes so you can mount it on the wall. That was interesting. And last thing you would do is just pull the tape off around the edges, and you'll see a yellow tab on some models, depends on the size. And yeah, you just go ahead and pull off the screen protector. So when you first turn it on, this is the setup menu, and you have different languages. You can see right there, but it probably depends on which country you're in. We're going to go ahead and choose United States. Now, if you're using this in the store, you can go ahead and use store, but we'll go ahead and continue. Now you want to connect it to your Wi-Fi, just click on which one is yours and enter the username and password. The TV will then look for the latest software. Once everything's updated, you'll get this screen. Do you want to do the full or your basic? The full is going to allow you to basically stream movies, do the voice commands, and get access to all your Amazon account. The basic, you can still do some live TV and 5 streaming apps, and that's the ones right there that they recommend, but you can customize this at any time. There's 2 options. You can sign in to your current account, or you can create a new one. And it's very easy to log in. You can go to this website and enter that code below, or you can go to your mobile phone and scan that, and it'll authorize it from your Amazon app. You can see that it found my name. I can go ahead and continue. From this main screen, you can add more users so everyone can customize their profile. You have your inputs, you have a search feature, your home feature, live TV, and then if you go to the corner, you have a menu system that shows you all your different settings. So here you can do your inputs, notification, profiles, and you can see there's all kind of options in here to customize this to your particular need. And with a press of the blue button on remote control, you can give it voice commands. Show me the weather in New York City.
Here's the weather in New York.
Open up YouTube app.
Prime Video.
Open up Prime Video. Open up Hulu. So you can see it's pretty responsive getting through all the different screens, but I haven't installed the applications or it would have launched it right away. Now turning on my PS5, you can see that it does have a little pop-up. Should I allow the HDMI? I can go and press it. It loaded up my PlayStation and it switched over to gaming mode automatically. This TV actually has really good colors. It's actually pretty impressive right now just looking at everything that I'm seeing on the screen. This TV does use direct backlight, and I would tell you that it's not a perfect black, but for someone who's looking for a pretty large television at a reasonable price, this might be one to consider because overall, it's looking pretty good. And one thing that really stands out to me is that this TV is actually bright. I know some of the previous models were only about 250 nits, 350 nits, but I'm not sure what the rating is on this TV, but you definitely can tell that it's going to be great for HDR. Now I want to show you guys this grayscale, and it actually looks pretty gray. You can see right here, if you can see my hand there, that it does have some pretty good separation right there. However, a lot of TVs right here in this white area is just not as detailed. Now looking at this uniformity, I can tell you that it is some light coming in extra over here, but it's not that bad. Now I cranked the ISO up on my test so you can see those backlights. And this shows the little dot patterns that shows the brightness of the lights. But again, you can see a little bit of gray coming through. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. We'll take some look at some HDR footage, but one thing I don't like is that menu system comes halfway over the screen, so you can't really dial it in good. But that's your standard mode. There's your movie mode, dynamic, natural, and gaming mode. And you can also connect a PC with that PC mode, or you can customize it here at the bottom. Sometimes people are commenting that they can't stretch a picture out. So if you go down here to display, and this is from an external source, you can actually change the size. So I can make it full, wide. This is great for those 4:3 movies where you can literally stretch it out. So that's what this TV looks like. It's not that bad. I think it actually would be great for most people, again, who's looking for something for their bedroom, living room, or something for the garage. So this is YouTube TV. I do pay for it, but a lot of times people get new TVs and they're basically having a really poor picture quality. So keep in mind, when you get a new TV, you're going to need to update your sources. So I recommend applications. And if you have cable or satellite, see if they have a 4K option so you can get the most resolution, because if you don't, it's going to pretty much look blurry overall. So here's some live TV, and the colors actually look really good. You don't even notice those backlights. The only time you can really notice that is on really dark scenes like movies and things like that. So this is what it looks like on another channel. I think everything looks good, but keep in mind, your picture is only going to look as good as the source. And one last thing I'm going to point out here is that you don't have any kind of motion settings. So if you're getting that soap opera look, I didn't see any way in here to adjust that. That's one downside of the Fire operating system, but I'm pretty sure they'll fix that with some future updates. There's a few other features that I really love about the Fire TV. For example, when you're not using TV, you can have it to display some type of picture, or you can use the Amazon application, set it up, so all your family pictures can be in a slideshow. So that's a cool feature. Another feature I like about this TV is that it has Apple AirPlay, so you can send all your images from your phone or computer over to the television. And it does have the Apple HomeKit, so you can integrate it to be controlled with Siri or your HomePod, which is something I would definitely use. Switching over to gaming, it will support 1440p at 60 frames per second and 1080p at 120 frames per second, as you can see right there. As far as support, you're looking at 60 frames per second in 4K, everything I just showed you. Plus it will support the Dolby Vision gaming as well in HDR10. Now we have everything in the game mode over there on the side. I can go down here, double check the auto low latency. And now we're ready to test it out, see how well the gaming is on it. And when I loaded up this game, Dolby Vision gaming switched on automatically. So gaming on this TV is pretty good, actually. Now, just in case you wonder about the input lag, this TV is getting about 15.1 milliseconds. Even if I go down to the settings, go down to picture, and go down here to where it shows auto low latency, I can turn it off. But to give you an idea, if we go back to the picture and let's say we move out of gaming mode and I put it back in standard mode, you can see it jumps up to about 82.7. So that gaming mode definitely makes an improvement on the speed. Now I want to show you what it looks like on a computer screen, but keep in mind you want to hit that settings button. You want to go down here to picture profile. Then you want to choose the PC mode down here at the bottom. Now to me, it looks okay. That's what it looks like, but I can tell right here, all these icons are very, very blurry. And the crunch, you definitely can use it, but I definitely would use a computer monitor or something with a little bit higher resolution. So here's my verdict on this TV. I think that for the right person, it's going to fit the bill. The price point of $299 for a 55-inch TV that has really good brightness levels and vivid colors, it's definitely a win situation. Now, I will tell you that the black levels on it is not going to be inky black. This is a recording, so don't expect that, but you can dial it in quite a bit to get some type of good picture quality out of it. Now, in the audio system, definitely you need a sound bar. It's 8 watts by 2. It sounds really teeny, so it's probably gonna be good for vocals, but if you get into any kind of scenario where you're watching movies, it's just not gonna produce that really good audio that you definitely want to have in a movie response. But hope you guys like this video. I went over everything that I can imagine that you want to see. I'm TechSteve. Make sure you give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace!